G'day, my name's Dion Ward, Kiwi expat living in Japan. I'm going to talk about pollution, and I'm not sure if that's a word that syncs with you or suits you or not, but at this point it's an idea that keeps coming to me. If you compare your natural state of peace and openness and space, ease, lightness, flow, to when you're in the opposite state of overthinking, harboring stories, indulging in stories, indulging in or harboring prejudices, preconceptions, definitions. None of them fit reality. You can use them as tools, at least for the time being, but don't treat them as real. And recognize that you're polluting yourself with ideas that cloud your heart, cloud your mind, add agitation, cause contraction in your heart. Everything kind of gets locked in. Breath follows. Sort of shallow breath, stuttered breath. To start looking at your world, considering your world in that perspective. If you've had a nice meditation or you're going for a nice walk and everything's easy and free and open, spacious and ease, a sense of ease sort of permeates you. And then compare that when you're complaining about someone, bemoaning your fate, worrying about the future. Finding fault with the past, going over and over it again, as if you're going to change the past or change the future, when neither exists. And in the end, they're only stories. They're interpretations of a situation that you were in, so to speak, that you took a story and a meaning out of, tied in with the feeling, the unpleasant, most likely unpleasant feeling that occurred at the same time, and calling that reality and calling it true, and going over it again and again in your mind as if it's going to fix it. Just reliving the whole thing again and again. You're polluting yourself. I'm not saying that you fight this, you struggle with it, you make it go away. Look at it, rest, relax as best as you're able, and just look at where this is coming from. If you understand what I'm saying and it makes any kind of sense to you, and maybe take a chance of trusting also that it's okay. It's okay to just rest, to not resist. You're not going to be inundated for the rest of your life with these kinds of feelings if you stop fighting them, if you stop resisting them, or you stop harboring them. Sometimes suffering can be held on to like it's some kind of treasure. It's the thing that defines me from other people. I don't have anything, but I do have this, and this makes me special. There's also just dooming yourself. I can't help but say, it just keeps coming back to me. You've got to resolve in your heart to want to be free of this stuff. There is another way to live, and it's all about observing, sitting quietly and observing as best as you're able. You're not going to be an expert off the bat, but the more you do it, if you make this resolution, I'm not talking about struggling either. This is easy. Doesn't mean it's comfortable all the time, because you're going to be confronting things that you've probably been living with for decades, or likely been living with for a good long period of time. But resolving in your heart, making a resolution to say, I'm ready to be free of this stuff, and I'll do whatever it takes. It doesn't take much, it doesn't take effort, it just takes willingness, an open heart, an availability for life, a willingness to go through uncomfortable feelings. You're going to go through them anyway, whether you're kicking and fighting, or whether you're sitting there and just watching them roll in as best as you're able. Letting these things happen, and breathe, and reflect on them, be calm, see what the phrases are, see what the story is that's being delivered to you as these things are happening. Be conscious of how it feels in your body. How's it manifesting? What does it feel like? In almost a scientific, objective way. You're just looking, just observing, and remaining calm as best as you're able. It's possible to live a life that you never thought possible, that you probably only dreamed of. In fact, I'm not sure it's possible to dream of this if you've been living for decades in a state of anxiety, agitation, fear. It can be so good. You just have to be willing to face this stuff. I don't mean like ready for a fight. I mean just sit there and let it roll out and observe it and feel it and let it go. I think that's probably all I want to say about it. Thanks again for watching. If you've got any questions, requests or comments, pop them in the comment box below, or you can contact me at my website, which is also in the description below. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Have a great day. See ya.